Facing the complex environment outside, all ministries and departments to facilitate the liberalization and facilitation of the environment, and all the companies make breakthroughs and make efforts to overcome the difficulties. And our foreign trade also maintain our stable and positive momentum. According to the General Administration of Exports of Customs, our exports increased 6.1% to 6.5 trillion yuan, import 5.6 trillion yuan, increase 1.8%, surplus 893 billion. We look at the international landscape is enlarging and diversified. Our cooperation with countries along the Belt and Route is increasing, and import increased to 28.8%, with EU, ASEAN, Russia, Brazil. Our foreign trade increased by 11.7%, 9.4%, 10%, and 11.2% respectively. And the import-export to America down by 9.6%. We look at the private enterprises, they taking up more than 50%. The 3.28 trillion yuan made by the private companies, taking up to 54%. And the state-owned companies made 651 billion yuan, down by 5.9%. Third, we look at the commodity structure is improved. The mechanical equipment increased by 5.1%, taking up 58.4%. The circuit and the DA turbines increased by 25% and 7.6%. We look at the 7 labor-intense exports remained advantages. Exports reached to 1.21 trillion, up 7.2%. Toys, plastic products, home appliance increased by 31%, 18.6%, and 9.6% respectively. First, we look at the general trade is also maintained stable growth. It registered 3.2 trillion yuan, up by 10.1%, and taking up 58.8%. The processing products registered 9 trillion yuan, down by 1.5%. Fifth, we look at the domestic landscape is more balanced. The central and western regions export increased by 14.7%, taking up 17.6%, 1.3 percentage point higher. For the eastern areas, they're taking up 82.4%. Second, we look at the absorption of foreign investment. For January to May, the China absorption of foreign investment has the following features. The actual use of foreign investment is kept steady in general. The number of newly established foreign investment companies is 16,000, with the actual use of foreign fund increased by 6.8% year-on-year, equivalent to $56 billion, up 5.7% year-on-year. In May, the actual use of foreign capital is increased by 8.5%. Equivalent to $9.47 billion, increased by 4.6%. Second, the high-tech manufacturing industry maintained rapid growth. We look at the manufacturing increased by 12.4%. The service sectors utilized the FDI is $250 billion. The high-tech sectors increased by 47%, taking up 28.5%. We look at the high-tech manufacturing in service sectors increased by 23.2%. Look at the telecommunication, the chemical products, the medical treatment, and equipment. It utilized FDI increased by 49%, 7.5%, and 278%. The high-tech industry utilized FDI increased by 68.9%. The electricity and communication device, the information service R&D, design, scientific achievement transformation increased by 44.5% and 83.6%. Third, we look at the by region, the middle and western regions, and the growth of the pile of free trade zones overpass the overall. The western regions utilized $28 billion. The pile of trade areas, they're taking up 11.9%. Fourth, the main source of investment maintained the growth trend. Among the main investment sources, China's Hong Kong, ROK, Japan, the United States, UK, Germany increased by 3.7%, 88.1%, 18.9%, 7.5%, 9.2%, and 100.8% respectively. Europe increased by 92.5%. And second, we look at the outward investment cooperation for the first 5 months. The contract in the past 5 months, 3,115 overseas enterprises across 149 countries and regions received the non-financial FDI, with a total investment down by 1% year-on-year. The contractual value reached $370 billion. The newly contract down by 3.2%. The number of labor dispatched for labor cooperation is 193,000. And the total number of all kinds of labors is 970,000. The overall momentum for overseas investment is healthy for the following features. We look at the investment along the Belt and Road routes were actively promoted. For the first 5 months, the new investment in 51 countries along the routes has new investment reached $5.63 billion, accounting for 12.6% year-on-year. The total value of newly signed contract projects is $4.63 billion, taking up 6.3%, with the turnover taking up 55.1% of the total amount in the same period. We look at the structure of the outward investment was consistently optimized. For Africa, Europe, and Americans, investment increased by 19.5%, 18.9%, and 2.7% respectively. So all these mainly flew to leasing and the commercial service industry, manufacturing, mining industry, the information transmission software, and information technology service industry. And 9.4% respectively. And for the manufacturing, information transmission, and software, and information technology service industry, the FDI increased by 16.1% and 47.4% respectively. There is no new product in real estate, sports, and entertainment areas. Third, there are many newly signed large contractual projects, obviously pulling up the investment to reach win-win cooperation. For the first 5 months, the number of overseas contractual projects with the value over $50 billion was 287. 13 projects